Grandpa's Magic Key is a story about Timmy, a curious 10-year-old boy who discovers an old key in his grandfather's attic. This key unlocks doors to different times and places, leading Timmy on an exciting adventure. Timmy arrives at his grandfather's house, excited for their weekend together. With nothing to do, Timmy explores the attic, searching for old toys and trunks. Timmy discovers an old mysterious key hidden among the treasures. Timmy shows the key to his grandfather, who looks surprised and nostalgic. Grandpa begins to tell Timmy the story of the key and its magical powers. Timmy uses the key to unlock a door in the attic, revealing a new world. Timmy finds himself in ancient Egypt, surrounded by pyramids and pharaohs. Timmy meets a young pharaoh who shows him around the ancient city. Timmy returns to the attic, eager to share his adventure with Grandpa. Timmy unlocks another door, leading him to the Wild West. Timmy arrives in a cowboy town, complete with saloons and horseback riding. Timmy befriends a cowboy who teaches him how to ride a horse. Timmy returns to the attic, now more curious about the key's powers. Timmy unlocks a door leading him to the moon landing. Timmy meets Neil Armstrong and watches as he takes his first steps on the moon. Timmy returns to the attic, reflecting on his incredible adventures. Grandpa reveals that he too had used the key in his youth. Grandpa explains that the key has been passed down through generations. Grandpa entrusts Timmy with the key, making him promise to use it wisely. Timmy promises to use the key for good and to always remember his adventures. Timmy returns to his normal life, but now with a newfound appreciation for history. Timmy shares his incredible adventures with his friends at school. Timmy's friends are inspired by his stories, and they begin to explore history themselves. Grandpa smiles, knowing that the key's magic will live on through Timmy. Timmy is ready for his next adventure, holding the key tight.
Oliver sits on his backyard swing, kicking the dirt absent-mindedly. The sun is setting, casting golden light over the garden. He sighs, watching the leaves rustle in the breeze. He feels lonely. His best friend Leo is busy today, and there's no one to play with. Oliver notices something unusual in the dirt, tiny paw prints appearing one by one, as if an invisible creature is walking around. He leans forward, eyes wide with curiosity. The bush next to him shakes slightly, but there's no wind. A faint shimmer hovers near the ground, moving playfully before disappearing. Oliver's heart races. A soft white feather drifts up from the ground, twirling in the air as if caught in an unseen paw. Oliver gasps and reaches out, but the feather gently floats out of his grasp. Oliver giggles in delight at the strange sight. Suddenly, a faint silvery glow appears before him, shaping into a fluffy cat. The cat's big blue eyes sparkle as it tilts its head. The glow solidifies, and for the first time, Oliver sees the cat fully, fluffy, silver white, and slightly chubby. Its tail flicks as it watches him with amusement. Oliver, overjoyed, chases Whiskers around the backyard. Whiskers leaps gracefully, leaving shimmering trails behind. For the first time all day, Oliver feels truly happy. As soon as Oliver pauses to catch his breath, Whiskers slowly fades away, becoming invisible once more. Confused, Oliver looks around. The cat is gone, but paw prints remain. Oliver remembers how Whiskers only appeared when he was laughing. He tries smiling, then giggling, nothing happens. He frowns, thinking hard. Inside the house, Oliver's mom notices his puzzled face and gives him a warm hug. Instantly, he feels safe and loved. Outside the window, a faint shimmer reappears in the garden. The next day, Leo comes over. Oliver excitedly tells him about Whiskers, but Leo is skeptical. Oliver tries to make himself happy, but Whiskers doesn't appear. Oliver and Leo start playing tag, laughing as they run around. As Oliver's joy builds, a soft glow emerges near the tree. Leo gasps as he sees the faint outline of Whiskers. Leo rubs his eyes, unsure if he imagined it. Whiskers fades away again. Oliver realizes Whiskers only appears when happiness is pure and unforced. Oliver decides to test his theory. He writes in his notebook, "Whiskers appears when I'm truly happy." He smiles at his realization. Later, Oliver watches a butterfly land on a flower. The simple beauty fills him with joy, and Whiskers appears beside him, purring. The next day is gloomy and rainy. Oliver sits by the window, feeling bored. No chimer, no po prince. He realizes happiness can't be forced. Oliver remembers something his dad said, "Happiness is in the little things." He watches raindrops race down the glass, imagining them as tiny runners. He smiles, and for a brief moment, a faint silver glow appears behind him. Oliver flips through his notebook and finds a drawing of him and Leo playing. Remembering that fun day fills him with joy, and Whiskers reappears, nuzzling his arm. Oliver realizes happiness grows when shared. He decides to do something kind for his mom and leaves a surprise drawing for her. Seeing her delighted smile makes him truly happy. That evening, as Oliver plays with Leo, Whiskers appears fully, his glow stronger than ever. Even Leo sees him clearly this time. Whiskers twirls in the air, leaving a sparkling trail, then lands gracefully on Oliver's shoulder, purring. Oliver giggles, feeling completely content. Oliver writes in his notebook, "Happiness isn't about looking for magic, it's about feeling it in everyday moments." Oliver pets Whiskers, making a silent promise to always appreciate the little joys in life. Whiskers purrs in approval. That night, Oliver snuggles under his blanket, feeling warm and happy. He hears the soft sound of purring and smiles as he drifts off to sleep. Outside, in the night sky, a faint silvery shimmer glows among the stars. Whiskers is always watching, waiting for the next joyful moment. The Lighthouse That Blinked is the story about Lily, a curious young girl who notices the lighthouse near her house blinking in a peculiar pattern. As she tries to decipher the code, she embarks on an adventure that leads her to uncover a hidden message. Lily is playing outside her house, which is located near the lighthouse. Lily is looking up at the lighthouse, noticing its blinking light. Lily runs inside to tell her mom about the peculiar blinking pattern. Lily's mom is busy baking in the kitchen but listens attentively to Lily's observation. Lily decides to investigate further and grabs her backpack with supplies. She sets out towards the lighthouse, walking along the coastal path. The lighthouse keeper is tending to the light, unaware of Lily's approach. Lily hides behind a rock, observing the lighthouse keeper at work. The lighthouse keeper notices Lily and invites her inside. Lily enters the lighthouse, fascinated by the spinning light and gears. The lighthouse keeper explains the basics of Morse code to Lily. Lily's eyes light up as she realizes the blinking light might be a secret message. The lighthouse keeper hands Lily a notebook and pencil to decipher the code. Lily sits at a table, focusing intently on writing down the blinking pattern. Close-up of Lily's hands moving quickly as she writes down the code. The lighthouse keeper assists Lily in decoding the message. Lily's face lights up as she finally deciphers the hidden message. The message reads, "Meet me at the old oak tree at sunset." Lily looks puzzled, wondering who could have sent the message. The lighthouse keeper smiles knowingly, but says nothing. Lily decides to investigate further and heads towards the old oak tree. At sunset, Lily meets a friendly sailor who had sent the message. The sailor explains that he had been trying to contact the lighthouse keeper. Lily returns home, proud of herself for solving the mystery. Hector wakes up in his cozy little home, feeling happy and content. He stretches his tiny body and yawns, showing off his cute face. Hector notices his warm, golden glow and smiles, feeling grateful for another beautiful day. He puts on his backpack and heads outside to explore. Hector meets Luna, who's busy picking wildflowers in the meadow. As Hector and Luna play together, Hector's glow starts to fade away. He looks down and notices that his quills are no longer shiny and bright. Hector feels worried and scared, not knowing what's happening to him. Luna tries to comfort Hector, but he's too distressed to listen. Hector decides to seek help and says goodbye to Luna. Hector meets Benny, who's flying around a nearby flower patch. Benny notices Hector's distress and asks if he's okay. Hector explains his problem, and Benny offers to help him find a solution. They meet Professor Pecan, who's working in his laboratory. Professor Pecan listens to Hector's story and agrees to help him. Professor Pecan examines Hector's quills and discovers the problem. He explains that Hector's glow is connected to his heart and that he needs to find something that makes him truly happy. Benny suggests that Hector think about his favorite things. Hector remembers his love for hugs and realizes that's what's missing. Professor Pecan creates a special device that helps Hector focus on his heart. Hector uses the device and starts to feel his heart fill with happiness. His quills begin to shine again, and his warm glow returns. Hector is overjoyed and thanks his friends for their help. Luna returns, and Hector gives her a big hug, feeling grateful for their friendship. The friends celebrate Hector's newfound happiness, and the video ends with a heartwarming moment.
The shadow that wasn't his Max wakes up to a sunny morning, stretches, and gets out of bed. Max notices his shadow on the wall, but it's not behaving normally. It's moving on its own. Shadow Max waves at Max, who is shocked and amazed. Max decides to follow Shadow Max, who leads him out of the house. Max and Shadow Max explore the neighborhood, playing hide-and-seek among trees and houses. Luna, the wise old owl, perches on a nearby branch, watching Max and Shadow Max. Shadow Max introduces Max to the shadow creatures, who are hiding behind trees and in shadows. Max plays with the shadow creatures, laughing and chasing them. Luna flies down and begins to guide Max, teaching him about the magic of shadows. Max, Shadow Max, and Luna enter a shadowy world, filled with dark creatures and twisted trees. They encounter a fearsome shadow beast, but Shadow Max and the shadow creatures defend Max. Shadow Max reveals that he's been trying to show Max the magic of shadows, but got separated from him. Max and Shadow Max reunite, and Max learns to appreciate his shadow's unique personality. Luna teaches Max how to harness the power of shadows, creating amazing shadow puppets. Max and Shadow Max play together, using their newfound shadow magic. Max says goodbye to the shadow creatures, thanking them for their friendship. Max, Shadow Max, and Luna return home, as the sun begins to set. Max reflects on his adventure, realizing that he learned something new about himself and his shadow. Shadow Max thanks Max for understanding and appreciating him. The sun sets, and Max gets ready for bed, with Shadow Max by his side. Luna tells Max a bedtime story about the magic of shadows. As Shadow Max listens in, Max falls asleep, with Shadow Max keeping watch. Shadow Max smiles, knowing that he's found a new appreciation with Max. The sun rises again, and Max wakes up, ready for a new day with Shadow Max. Max and Shadow Max walk off into the sunrise, ready for their next adventure together.
Drift the baby dragon lies in his cozy cave, wrapped in a soft nest of leaves and feathers. The night sky twinkles outside, and Mama Dragon gently hums a lullaby. But Drift tosses and turns. He just can't fall asleep. He stretches his tiny wings, sighing in frustration. Mama Dragon nuzzles Drift with her warm snout, a comforting smile on her face. She gestures to the open sky, encouraging him to find a lullaby that works for him. Drift's golden eyes widen with excitement as he flaps his wings, ready for an adventure. Drift soars into the night, gliding over silver clouds. His tiny wings flutter as he gazes down at the sleepy world below. A warm breeze carries the scent of flowers, and fireflies twinkle like stars in the grasslands. Drift spots Whisper the night owl perched on a twisted tree branch. Whisper sways gently, closing his eyes as he hoots a slow, rhythmic lullaby. The deep, steady sound is soothing, like a heartbeat. Drift listens, collecting the melody in his satchel, but he still feels wide awake. Drift flies over a vast, glittering ocean. The waves shimmer under the moon, and bioluminescent fish glow beneath the surface. He hears a distant, echoing song that makes the water ripple like a dream. Luna the humpback whale glides through the water, her voice a deep, melodic hum that carries across the sea. Drift hovers above, mesmerized by the sound. He collects the song in his satchel, but sleep still eludes him. Drift reaches a misty meadow where the grass sways like waves. Fireflies dance above the ground, and he hears a tiny, cheerful humming sound coming from a leaf hammock. Breeze the meadow mouse swings in her hammock, her tiny voice carrying a sweet, gentle melody. The rhythm is light and playful, like a warm breeze through tall grass. Drift smiles and gathers the tune, but his eyes are still wide open. Drift enters a bamboo forest, where moonlight filters through the tall stalks. Russell the panda sways slowly as he hums, his eyes half closed in relaxation. The deep, soothing sound makes the whole forest feel drowsy. Drift feels a little sleepy but shakes himself awake. He's still not quite ready to rest. Drift spots a golden glow dancing through the trees. Glow the firefly flits around him, humming a lullaby in sync with her flickering light. The rhythm is soft and hypnotic. Drift yawns but keeps going. Drift opens his satchel, looking at the collection of lullabies. Each one is beautiful, but none have put him to sleep. He sighs, unsure what to do next. Drift flies back toward his cave, the night sky stretching endlessly above him. He hums softly to himself, blending all the lullabies together. The mix of melodies feels warm and familiar. As Drift hums, his wings start to slow, his eyelids grow heavy, and his tiny body sways in the air. A big yawn escapes his mouth, sending a tiny puff of sparkly mist into the sky. Drift lands gently in his nest, his satchel full of lullabies. Mama Dragon smiles as she watches him curl up, still humming the soft mix of melodies. The combination of all the lullabies, Whisper's rhythmic hoots, Luna's ocean song, Breeze's light melody, Russell's humming, and Glow's flickering tune, creates the perfect lullaby. Drift's eyes finally close. A soft glow surrounds Drift as he breathes deeply. His wings twitch slightly, and his tiny tail curls up. He is finally asleep, dreaming of his adventure. Mama Dragon tucks her wings around him, watching the stars outside. The world is peaceful, filled with the gentle sounds of nature's lullabies. Outside the cave, Glow and her firefly friends flicker in the sky, their tiny lights forming a slow, sleepy pattern. Back in the forest, Russell continues to hum softly as the bamboo sways gently in the wind. Breeze snoozes in her hammock, her tiny tail curled around her body, while crickets chirp softly in the distance. Luna hums one last note before sinking into the deep ocean, her body gliding effortlessly into the calm, dark water. Whisper the night owl fluffs his feathers and settles in, standing guard over the quiet forest. The entire world is wrapped in a hush, from the mountains to the ocean. Drift's adventure has gathered lullabies for everyone. The last firefly light flickers, and the scene fades into a soft, dreamy night sky filled with stars. The perfect ending to a peaceful journey. The morning sun glows over the forest, casting golden light through the trees. A tiny red squirrel, Oliver, scampers along a high branch, watching a flock of birds soar above. He sighs dreamily, his big eyes filled with wonder. His bushy tail twitches with excitement. The birds glide effortlessly, their wings catching the wind. Oliver spreads his little arms wide, pretending to fly. But when he jumps, thud, he lands in a pile of leaves below, looking disappointed. Nearby, two gray squirrel twins, Chip and Pip, giggle as they hop between branches. They watch Oliver try to fly again and shake their heads. They leap gracefully from one tree to another, showing off their natural climbing skills. Oliver watches, unimpressed. Climbing is fun, he thinks, but flying is magical. He dusts himself off and scampers away, determined to find a way to fly. Oliver dashes through the trees, his little paws tapping quickly against the bark. He spots Bella the bluebird perched on a branch, singing a cheerful song. Her feathers shine in the morning sun. Oliver stops below her and watches as she flaps her wings, effortlessly lifting into the air. His eyes sparkle with excitement. Oliver scurries up the branch, next to Bella, waving his tiny arms. He points at her wings as if asking, "How do you do it?" Bella chirps happily, flutters her wings, and soars in small circles around him. She tilts her head, encouraging him to try. Oliver takes a deep breath, jumps and plops straight down onto a mushroom below. Bella flutters down beside Oliver, chirping reassuringly. She nudges him with her wing, as if to say, "Maybe you need to find your own way." Oliver nods, determined, and dashes off to find more answers. As the sun sets, Oliver reaches the tallest tree in the forest, where Gus the owl sits, his golden eyes glowing. The wise old bird blinks slowly as Oliver scrambles up the trunk. Oliver looks up in awe. If anyone knows about flying, it must be Gus. Gus stretches his wings wide, his feathers ruffling in the breeze. He does not speak much, but gestures toward the sky, as if telling Oliver to look beyond just copying others. Oliver watches carefully, deep in thought. Inspired, Oliver gathers leaves and sticks, fashioning tiny wings on his arms. He climbs a tall branch, takes a deep breath, and leaps. But instead of soaring, he tumbles down, landing in a pile of soft moss. The wings scatter around him. Oliver sighs, sitting in the moss. Maybe squirrels aren't meant to fly. The forest feels quiet as the sun dips lower, painting the sky with orange and pink. Then, a gentle breeze swirls around him, rustling the leaves. It almost feels like a whisper. The breeze lifts a feather and swirls it in front of Oliver. He watches it float gracefully before landing softly. Oliver's eyes widen. He suddenly understands. He doesn't need wings to fly. He just needs the wind. Excited, Oliver scrambles up a nearby tree. This time, instead of jumping straight down, he spreads his arms and leaps toward another tree. The wind catches his fluffy tail, and he glides. Not like a bird, but like a squirrel, soaring from branch to branch. Oliver lands safely and spins around in excitement. He tries again, this time angling his body and letting the wind carry him. He laughs as he glides effortlessly between trees. He wasn't meant to fly like a bird. He was meant to glide like a squirrel. The next morning, Oliver finds Chip and Pip. He grins mischievously before taking a daring leap from a high branch. The twins gasp as Oliver glides gracefully past them. Their jaws drop in amazement. Inspired, Chip and Pip try gliding too. At first, they wobble, but Oliver encourages them. Soon, all three squirrels are soaring between trees, their tails fluffing out like tiny parachutes. Bella the bluebird watches from above, chirping happily. She knew Oliver would find his own special way to fly. She flutters beside him as he glides, the two moving in harmony. That evening, Oliver returns to Gus's tree. The wise old owl blinks slowly and gives a small nod, as if to say, "Well done." Oliver beams, feeling proud of himself. Oliver perches on a high branch, looking at the sky. He may not have wings, but he has something just as special, his ability to glide. He takes a deep breath, leaps into the wind, and soars joyfully into the trees. Oliver takes another daring leap, this time angling his body just right. The wind catches his fluffy tail, and he glides effortlessly between the trees. The golden sunlight filters through the leaves, making the moment feel magical. Chip and Pip watch in amazement, their little paws gripping the branch tightly. Is he really flying? They seem to wonder. Chip and Pip exchange determined looks. If Oliver can do it, maybe they can too. They scamper to a higher branch, take a deep breath and leap. But instead of gliding smoothly, they spin and tumble through the air, landing in a pile of soft leaves below. Oliver chuckles and helps them up. It takes practice, he thinks. Oliver gestures for them to follow. He climbs a sturdy branch and demonstrates how to position his body. He leaps and lets the wind carry him. Chip and Pip watch carefully. This time, they try again, spreading their tails wide, feeling the wind and gliding. Not perfectly, but better. The forest echoes with cheerful chattering as the three squirrels practice their newfound skill. They leap, glide, and land safely, growing more confident with each jump. Bella the bluebird flutters beside them, chirping excitedly. She always knew Oliver would find his way. That evening, Oliver climbs to the tallest tree and finds Gus the owl watching from his usual perch. The wise old bird blinks his golden eyes and gives a slow, approving nod. Oliver beams with pride. He had sought the wisdom of the birds, but in the end, he had discovered something uniquely his own. The next day, the forest is alive with excitement. Birds, squirrels, and other woodland creatures gather to watch Oliver, Chip, and Pip as they put on a little gliding show. The wind picks up, swirling through the trees, as if celebrating with them. Leaves dance in the air as the three squirrels leap and glide in perfect harmony. As the sun sets, Oliver sits on a high branch, looking at the endless sky. The gentle breeze rustles his fur, almost like a whisper. You were meant to soar in your own special way. Oliver closes his eyes and smiles, feeling completely at peace. With a deep breath, Oliver takes one last leap into the glowing sunset, gliding effortlessly into the trees. The wind carries him forward, as if it was always waiting for him to take flight. The screen fades to a warm golden glow, and the words appear. Sometimes, the best way to fly is to be yourself. Timmy wakes up in his cozy bedroom, stretches, and gets out of bed. He walks to the kitchen, where his mom is preparing breakfast. Timmy's mom hands him a bowl of cereal, and he begins to eat. As he pours himself a glass of juice, he notices a strange, folded paper inside the cereal box. Timmy's curiosity is piqued as he carefully unfolds the paper, revealing a treasure map. Timmy studies the map, trying to decipher the cryptic symbols and markings. He notices a series of numbers and letters along the edge of the map. Timmy's mom helps him decode the message, revealing a riddle. The riddle reads, "Where shadows fall, seek the next clue." Timmy looks around the room, trying to figure out where shadows fall. Timmy notices the shadow of a clock on the wall and remembers a hidden compartment in his room. He opens the compartment, finding a small, rolled-up paper with another riddle. The riddle leads him to the backyard, where he finds a specific tree with a carved symbol. Timmy follows the symbol to a nearby garden bed, where he digs up a small, buried chest. Inside the chest, he finds another map piece and a note with a new riddle. Timmy encounters a small, rushing stream in the backyard and must find a way to cross it. He uses nearby rocks to create a stepping stone path. On the other side, he finds a steep hill and must climb up using nearby vines and branches. At the top, he discovers a hidden cave behind a waterfall. Inside the cave, he finds a reflective surface, a mirror or still water, with a cryptic message. Timmy deciphers the message, leading him to a specific book in his room. Inside the book, he finds a hidden key and a note with the final riddle. The riddle leads him to a small, locked chest in his room. Timmy unlocks the chest, revealing a treasure trove of gold coins, jewels, and a note congratulating him on solving the treasure hunt. Timmy celebrates his victory, proud of his problem-solving skills and determination. The sun rises over a lush, misty forest, revealing a small village at its edge. Birds chirp, and morning light filters through the trees. A gentle wind passes through the whistling tree, creating a soft, melodic hum that drifts toward the village. Most people are too busy to notice, but one boy, Leo, pauses, tilting his head as if he's just heard something special. Leo sits on his porch, eyes closed, listening to the wind. He feels something in the air, a whisper, a song. His little sister tugs at his sleeve, but he gently shakes his head, still listening. In the distance, Luna, the golden fox, watches from the tree-line, her tail flicking softly. At school, Leo excitedly tells Sophia and Ollie about the strange sound. Sophia, always logical, raises an eyebrow, crossing her arms. She cups her hands around her ears, but hears nothing but the rustling wind. Ollie, always playful, tries twirling like a leaf in the wind, giggling. After school, Leo, Sophia, and Ollie venture into the forest. The golden fox trots ahead, leading them through towering trees. Sunlight peeks through the branches, creating a golden pathway. The deeper they go, the softer and more melodic the wind becomes. The children arrive at a clearing where the whistling tree stands, its branches swaying in the wind. A shimmer seems to dance along its bark. Leo gasps. He can hear it again. A soft, humming melody drifts through the air. Ollie bounces excitedly, but Sophia remains skeptical, tapping her chin. Leo sits beneath the tree with his eyes closed, fully absorbing the melody. Ollie follows, twirling like a leaf, letting the wind guide them. Sophia, however, frowns, folding her arms. She watches but hears nothing. The golden fox circles her, as if waiting for something. Sophia tries every logical method, cupping her ears, pressing her head against the trunk, even using a small notebook to jot down what she sees. But there's no sound for her. The melody isn't something that can be figured out, it must be felt. Ollie begins to dance, moving with the rustling leaves and swaying branches. As they spin and jump, the wind carries a gentle tune toward them. Their eyes widen with delight. They can hear it. The melody is playful and light, matching their movements. Sophia watches her friends, frustrated. She taps her foot, trying to force herself to hear something. But the more she tries, the quieter everything becomes. The golden fox tilts its head, then leaps away into the trees. Sophia follows Luna through a winding path, away from the clearing. The fox leads her to a small stream where water flows over smooth stones. She kneels, closing her eyes, listening, not just to the stream, but to everything around her. Birds, wind, rustling leaves. As Sophia breathes deeply, she stops trying so hard. Instead, she simply listens. A gentle breeze passes, and for the first time, she hears it, a soft, almost whispering hum in the wind. She runs back to the clearing, heart racing. The melody is different for each child, Leo hears a calming tune, Ollie a playful one, and Sophia now hears something like a warm lullaby. Excited, they sit together beneath the whistling tree. As they listen, their imaginations take flight. They see stories in the melodies, dancing fireflies, swaying flowers, ancient secrets whispered by the wind. The golden fox returns, curling up near the roots. It's clear now, the tree's song isn't just a sound, it's a connection to nature, to themselves, to something deeper. Only those who truly listen with their hearts can hear it. As the sun sets, the melody grows fainter. The wind calms, and the tree's leaves still. The children smile, feeling peaceful. They no longer need proof. They know the magic is real. They walk home, their hearts full. The world seems richer now. The wind, the rustling leaves, even their own footsteps hold a rhythm they hadn't noticed before. That night, Leo sits on his windowsill, listening to the wind. The whistling tree hums faintly in the distance. Not everyone hears it, but that's okay. Some things are meant to be discovered, not explained. Sophia lies in bed, eyes closed. Instead of analyzing, she simply listens. She smiles. The world has always been full of music. She had just needed to learn how to hear it. The next day, Ollie paints a picture of the whistling tree, swirling with golden leaves and shimmering wind. Their parents don't understand why they're so excited, but that's okay. The magic isn't in explaining, it's in feeling. At school, Sophia notices the wind through the trees outside the window. She taps her pencil rhythmically. Leo hums softly. Ollie twirls. They all smile, knowing they share a secret no one else does. Back in the forest, the whistling tree stands tall, its branches swaying gently. The golden fox watches from the shadows before vanishing into the trees. A breeze rushes through the village, making leaves dance along the streets. A little girl playing outside stops, tilts her head, and smiles. Maybe, just maybe, she hears something too. The melody never truly stops. It's always there for those who listen.
The music box that played memories. Lily is sitting on her bed, surrounded by books, toys, and musical instruments, looking curious and bored. Grandma Rose enters Lily's room, carrying a small mysterious box with a soft smile. Grandma Rose opens the box, revealing the beautiful antique music box, which Lily gazes at in wonder. Grandma Rose winds the music box, and it begins to play a soft, melancholic tune. Lily looks at Grandma Rose with curiosity, asking silent questions about the music box. Grandma Rose begins to tell a story about the music box, using gestures and facial expressions. The music box's ballerina twirls, surrounded by shimmering stars, as Grandma Rose explains its magical properties. As the music box plays, memories begin to appear around Lily and Grandma Rose, like misty, glowing orbs. Lily reaches out to touch a memory orb, and it expands, revealing a vivid, animated scene from her childhood. More memory orbs appear, each revealing a different scene from Lily's past. As she watches in wonder, Grandma Rose touches a memory orb, and it reveals a scene from her own childhood, showing her as a young girl. The music box plays a different tune, and memories from historical events begin to appear, such as ancient civilizations and famous landmarks. The music box's tune changes again, and memories from the future begin to emerge, showing Lily as a grown woman, achieving her dreams. The memories become overwhelming, and Lily looks confused and disoriented. Grandma Rose takes Lily's hand, guiding her through the memories, helping her understand their significance. As the music box's tune slows, the memories begin to fade, leaving Lily and Grandma Rose in a peaceful silence. Lily looks thoughtful, reflecting on the memories she experienced and the lessons she learned. Grandma Rose smiles, knowing that Lily has gained a deeper understanding of herself and the world. The music box's ballerina twirls once more, revealing its secret, the power to unlock memories and emotions. Lily hugs Grandma Rose, thanking her for sharing the music box's magic. Grandma Rose gives the music box to Lily, entrusting her with its care and secrets. Lily promises to treasure the music box and its memories, using its magic to learn and grow. Grandma Rose leaves Lily's room, looking content, knowing that the music box is in good hands. Lily sits on her bed, surrounded by memories, ready to embark on a new journey of discovery and growth. The music box plays a soft, final tune, as the scene fades to black, leaving the audience with a sense of wonder and curiosity.